looking to not let the Falcons restart their order. Out of the windup, the 1-1. Swung at, fly ball. It might be in play for Kingbaum, who's going to work under it. And he does just that. Then Kingbaum secures out number 3 in the first appearance in the Spring State Baseball Tournament for the Kiel Raiders. Coach Brad May takes his Raiders back to state for the first time since 2017.
The Raiders, first time ever in boys soccer, they're going to head to the WIAA state tournament.
Gonna show feed. Sager, right side, gonna pull the trigger. Top of the right side, she found it! My goodness, Tavi Sager. That one did not give Dotson a chance to block it.
That goal ball is coming to Kiel, people. It is coming to Kiel. Raiders win, Raiders win.
Month. Kick out 3, Arndt shot fake. Guzman on him. Under 50 seconds to play. Kick out, Jack Heckman 3. Left side! Jack Heckman! Tie it up! Knocked down the triple.
Biggest 3 to Kiel right there.
15. Timeout, Lakeside Lutheran.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
Nothing better than a non-conference girls volleyball clash to start the week. A highly anticipated matchup here from Kiel High School. Tonight it's the Plymouth Panthers from the Glacier Trails Conference and the Kiel Raiders from the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. We welcome you from a new spot here from Kiel High School. Atop the bleachers right below your screen, right below the huddle cam. I'm Miles D. Troy and I'm joined by Joy Bridson for another girls volleyball broadcast here tonight. Joy, the last time these two teams met last year, the date September 24th, 2024, right here at Kiel High School. Very good match. Went to 5 sets. The last set, the Raiders were able to edge out the Panthers 15-13. And we'll talk about this throughout the broadcast, but Plymouth this year losing 7 seniors from last year's team. This year's kind of been a rebuilding year for the Panthers. And tonight they have a perfect opportunity to get a big win against a great Raiders team. But 2 different teams tonight. How are we going to see that play a part in tonight's game?
I think this will be a big test for Plymouth just because they are kind of regenerating the lineup. So it'll be fun to see how the younger classmen work with the older classmen. And that's one thing you'll notice with Kiel. They do have a very tight-knit group, so they play really well together. And you'll be able to tell probably within the first set if the Plymouth has spent a lot of time together. They've been off the court, too, because that does help on the court, spending time together off the court.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's going to play a big part in, like you said, the Raiders returning pretty much everyone from that squad, and Plymouth looking at a reloaded squad here this year. They have a total of 4 seniors on their roster, a few juniors, a couple sophomores mixed in there, so it'll be a fun one here tonight. The Raiders, let's start with the Panthers first, coming in 9-12, 1-1. Obviously, that kind of defines a rebuilding season in itself. On the losing end, below 500, 1-1 still in conference. And talking about conference, this year was the first year they joined the new girls volleyball Glacier Trails Conference with teams like West Bend, correct? Kewaskum.
I think South. Megan Coucher mentioned South is in there.
Yep. So great teams, great programs in that conference. So they're going to have to play a lot better competition this year compared to maybe last year when they were in the East Central Conference. So for the Panthers, their leading weapons and contributors consist of Addison Meyer, the senior, Grace Sember, the junior, number 7, the junior Josephine Hoopman, and then their libero plays a big factor for their starters, Olivia Sable, the junior as well. So with that, what do the Panthers have to do tonight to get back on track? We talk about their 9-12 record. What do they have to do to get back on track and beat the Raiders here tonight?
I would say they'd have to play team volleyball. Against Kiel, you kind of do have to go error-free. They are a very clean volleyball club, when Kiel plays their game, they're very clean, so the other team has to play clean as well. And judging by Plymouth's record, they might have been playing a lot higher caliber teams, so they could come in and look really stellar, and Kiel might be a little surprised depending on their new competition in the higher division and in the different conference.
And we've seen the Raiders kind of show a theme of starting off a little slow and then getting back on track later in the first set or maybe even in the second set. But that'll be crucial for tonight. And tomorrow they have a big conference matchup against Chilton. What are they going to have to do to make sure that's not a big factor in struggling tonight?
I think one thing Kiel needs to make sure is they're not looking past Plymouth to Chilton tomorrow night. I see that a lot in volleyball. For anyone who follows college volleyball, the Marquette volleyball team got swept by the Badgers because they were kind of looking forward to playing Florida. Their head coach now coaches Florida, so they were looking forward to that big matchup, got swept, and ended up sweeping Florida, a ranked team. So you can see when a team is kind of looking past. So hopefully the Raiders aren't doing that. They're not looking past Plymouth to get to Chilton, and they play their game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that leads into my next point for the Raiders. Can't be looking past this game tonight. Like you mentioned, a good team and a good conference. Losing record, but no matter. How important is it that the Raiders play freely tonight? We talked about that throughout the season. How important is that they play freely and get off to a hot start?
Freely is definitely their style of game. When you can tell when they start getting tense and start pulling away from each other, the shank passes go up, the hits into the net go up, the net hits out of bounds. So as long as they play like freely and Raider ball, they should be fine. But like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how Plymouth, the caliber of their play, influences Kiel's play.
Absolutely. Well, what a great start to the week here for girls volleyball. Like we mentioned, the broadcast here tonight. Then they take on Chilton Tuesday. Then they take on Roncalli at Roncalli on Thursday. Then they have an invite at Westy Pier next Saturday. So lots of volleyball, crucial, the crunch time of the season. So it's going to be a lot of matches and good competition for the Raiders.
And they're coming off a tournament in Pulaski where they took second on Saturday.
Place. Absolutely. We're going to take off the headsets here for the national anthem and the introduction of the starters for both squads. We'll be right back.
Kiel High School varsity players and sisters, Abby
Today's Kiel Raider volleyball match is proudly supported by Premier Financial Credit Union, Todd Oleg and New York Life, the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill, Kiel Booster Club, Signature Flooring and more, Amplify Health by Bell and Titletown, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Yard 65 Brewing and Events, Kiel Lounge, Albright Again LLC, On Point Financial Group, Collins State Bank, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Craig Benversier, Dairyland Seed Dealer, Drexel Building Supply, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Getting set for non-conference volleyball here from Kiel High School. It's the Plymouth Panthers and the Kiel Raiders to start the week on a Monday night. Again, the starters for both teams for the Panthers, it's number 4, Meyer, number 5, Sember, number 6, Coleman, number 7, Josephine Hoopman, number 10, Klapperick, number 13, Joanna Hoopman, and number 16, Sabel at the libero for the Raiders, Niles, Gutchow, Maddie McDowell, Ava Rothy, Lily Brockway, Elizabeth Niles, and Maya Rothy. We are underway here from Kiel High School. Ava Rothy to send it to the Panthers. On the near side, it's Joanna Hoopman. Panthers get the first point of the night. Quick return for the Panthers. They get the opening point of the match here tonight. Next to return will be Josephine Hoopman sending in from the far side. Nice dig from the libero, Maya Rothy. McDowell, earl shot to their libero, Olivia Sabel. Addison Meyer, a little too strong, and Raiders even things back up at 1 apiece. Now the sophomore libero, Maya Rothy from the far side of your screen. Sends one to Joanna Hoopman. Maya Rothy plays one up for Emma Niles. Blocked up front by the Panthers. Elizabeth Niles at the back row. Carly Klapperick, big swing from Grace Sember, and the Panthers take a 1-point lead.
You can tell the Panthers are running a quick offense, and they have a really big block up in front. So that's one thing Kiel's going to have to be on alert for is a block coverage and on that quick set out in the middle.
Well, last time we were live, the Brilliant Lions also had a big block up front as well. Nothing the Raiders can't deal with here tonight. Service error for the Panthers, and the Raiders will take a free point. We're tied at 2. Two here in the opening set. Non-conference action here on a Monday night. The senior Sydney Crom to serve it here from the near side.
And Plymouth is called for an overlap on that, so it's a point for the Raiders.
Interesting. I've never seen that before.
There are certain positions on the court. It actually starts from the serving spot, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 around the court. And you cannot be in front of the back row, and the front row cannot be in back of the back row, and you can also not be to the right or the left of the person to your right or left. It takes a while to learn.
Yeah, definitely.
My JV2 girls pretty much have it down now, but it takes a while.
That's good. So now the Raiders have their first lead of the night. The senior Crom sends one to the back row to Josephine Hoopman. Big swing on the far side from Joanna Hoopman, and the Panthers tied things up 3-3 apiece.
I have to say, it doesn't look like Plymouth's mixing up their shots very much. They've gone to that short angle right in what we call the campfire or donut, and Kiel hasn't been able to pick it up yet.
Now service from Kira Kleber. Sends one to the back row to Crom with a reception error. Panthers take back the lead. It's 4-3. Panthers get the ace led by the junior Kleber, and now she will serve for the second time in a row. Sends one to Crom once again. Nice dig for her. Ava Rothy to Elizabeth Niles. Block up front. Panthers on the return. Meyer sends one to Maya Rothy. Ava Rothy up to the far side to Emma Niles with a nice kill, and the Raiders tie things up at 4.
That was a great spot. She didn't go angle, kind of like the Plymouth hitters have been. She kind of tried to push it over to the line a little more where defense isn't. Great kill.
So Raiders get back service responsibilities. It'll be the senior Elizabeth Niles here from the near side. Sends it to the back row to Kleber. Just barely gets it up. Addison Meyer with a little roll shot. can't keep it inside the lines, and the Raiders take back the lead, their second lead of the match. It's 5-4. Elizabeth Niles, Raiders holding on to a 1-point lead. Sends it to the back row. Kleber and the libero. Meyer to the back row to Sydney Crom. Ava Rowley puts one up for Elizabeth Niles. Swing from the back row from Niles. Panthers on the return. Big back row from Joanna Hoopman. Gutchow block up front. Panthers efforts gets them a point. We're tied at 5.
And that actually looks like the shorter of the two middle blockers that got that block. But height doesn't matter as long as you have hops.
The senior Meyer here from the far side sends it to the sophomore libero Meyer Rowley. Gutchow to the far side. Panthers on the return. There'll be a big swing from Josephine Hoopman, but the Raiders get the point. Got some big hitters for this Panthers team. You have Joanna Hoopman, and you have one more there over there. Joanna Hoopman's on the bench, and then you have Josephine Hoopman, both the Hoopman sisters, big hitters that the Raiders are going to have to deal with tonight.
Yeah, and they both look like they have very heavy arms, which is what we call a hitter who can bring it down hard and fast, so you got to be low on defense.
Your service from Sadie Coleman here on the far side of your screen. Sends it to the back row to Elizabeth Niles. McDowell tries to keep it in play, out of bounds, and the Panthers take back a lead. 7-6 our score, opening set here from Kiel High School. Sadie Coleman once again, service to Crom in the back row. Gutchow keeps it inside. McDowell, reset shot. Panthers over on one, spike from the Raiders. Panthers on the return. That's Josephine Hoopman. Ava Rowley cross court to Maddie McDowell. Panthers on the return. Up the middle, little tip shot from Grace Sember gets them a point. It's 8-6 Panthers.
That was a great shot. She went up seeing that the whole way. Nobody was over there covering.
8-6 our score. Panthers lead it by 2. Once again, here's Grace to Sadie Coleman on the service. Ava Rowley, Maddie McDowell, cross-court shot. Over on 2 of the Panthers. Raiders get the point. Panthers went over on 2. Oh, no. Say, Raiders got the point there?
I think they called the lift on
Interesting.
Carly.
Okay. So 8-7 our score. Panthers lead by 1. Gutchow to the back row. Reception error from Sabel. And we're tied at 8. Shout out Chris Lee Ehrman, sending a text our way, tuning in. Appreciate the text. Reception error for the Panthers, and the Raiders take back the lead. It's 9-8.
Maddie's got a great serve. It kind of drops a little at the end, as you can see, because she was in great position until the last minute. Then the ball kind of drops off the table.
So now Gutchow with a 1-point lead for the Raiders takes back her service responsibilities. Sends it to the back row. Kleber gets it up. The big swing here on the near side, too strong, and the Raiders with a 2-point lead, their largest of set number 1. Gutchow once again. Sends it back row. Kleber with a dig. Sets one up for Josephine Hoopman. Panthers, backwards pass to the back row. Out of bounds, little too strong, and the Raiders lead by 3. It's 8-11. And the Panthers are going to use timeout number 1 of set number 1. 8-11 our score. Proud supporter of Raider Volleyball, the Kiel Booster Club provides support for all students and all co-curriculars at Kiel High School. The KBC raises funds through a variety of events, including the Kiel Triathlon, raffles, uncorked, and concessions to financially support all co-curriculars while enhancing experiences and creating opportunities beyond KSD's budgetary contributions. Find out more info at kielboosterclub.com. Follow us, Kiel Booster Club, on Facebook. At Kiel Triathlon this past Sunday, Joy, I think it was a pretty success from what I saw. Everyone on on the bikes around Rockville. I was departing to ref Sunday morning, and I saw all the bikers out competing.
Yeah, JV2 had a tournament up in Appleton at the Champion Center.
That's right.
As we came back on Saturday, we saw the bike racks starting to get lined up, and it's kind of cool to see that event. It's really grown over the years, and it's a really good fundraiser.
And it's a great weekend, too. You have the Kiel Tournament Soccer Invitational on Saturday, and then the next day you have the triathlon, too. So kind of a good weekend for Kiel all around. We return from the timeout. The Raiders lead by 3, and it's Gutchow back with service duties. Sends one to the back row for Meyer. Here's the return from Josephine Hoopman. Ava Rowley sets one up. Tip shot from Brockway. Panthers on the return. Sobel sets one up for Hoopman. Maddie McDowell. Big spike, but a little too much. Can't keep it inside. And the Panthers get a point. It's 9-11. Now the other Hoopman, Joanna Hoopman, comes back into the game, along with her sister, Josephine, who's still in there. Averoli to McDowell. Block up front. Block can't keep inside the lines, and the Raiders get a point.
That was a great tool off the block. It was a very tight set, and all she could really do was tool it off the block out of bounds.
Averoli now with service duties. 3-point lead for the Raiders. Here from the near side. Sends it to the back row to Bree Donner. There's the roll shot from Joanna Hoopman. Raiders on the return. Ava Rowley. Pass to Niles. Great placement. Panthers on the return. Up the shoot. It's just December to send one over. From the back row, Gutchow keeps it in the lines. Big kill for the senior. And it's 9-13.
That's something New Kiel's been doing. They've been keeping Maddie in the back row, so then they have another attacker in the back row. And as you can see, she nailed that one.
Absolutely. Kind of throws the other team off guard.
Yep.
Here's Ava Rowley now to the back row. Sets one up for Sember with a big kill on the return. Raiders get a kill, Panthers get a kill, and it's 10-13.
I could feel that excitement from number 5 up here. Yeah, Grace really put that one down hard.
It's when you can, the right hit on the ball, you can definitely feel it.
Yep. Just the timing was perfect.
Yep. Grace Sember, the junior, with a response of a kill. Ava Rowley up to Elizabeth Niles. Little roll shot to Meyer. On the return from the back row. They say no tip. Raiders are going to get the point. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think it hit more net than it did hands, but it was a good. I saw the officials kind of working together to see which one so they could get the right call. And I think they made the right call in the end. Yep.
Absolutely. I don't think I saw a tip, but nevertheless, Raider points 14-10. Meyer plays one up for Joanna Hoopman. Can't get it over the net, and the Raiders have a 5-point lead here in set 1. We talked about the slow start in pregame. The Raiders kind of kept it close to the Panthers, now kind of opening things up with a 5-point lead. Meyer Rowley, cross court to Meyer. Here's Klapperick, back to Meyer. Just glazes the net, and the Panthers get a point. It's 11-15.
Kiel's struggling to pick up a lot that's going in that donut or campfire area, so I can already see the drills in my head that Coach Kautzer's probably going to run at the 1 or 2 practices we have this week.
Now the junior Keena Brugging with service responsibilities from the far side. Sends it to Gutchow on the back row. Ava Rowley to Emma Niles. Block up front. Panthers get another point due to the block. Brugging service. Panthers trail by 3 here in opening set number 1. Sends one way to the back row. Too much on it, and the Raiders will take a free point. Second, I believe, service error for the Panthers, and it's a 4-point Raider lead. Now the senior Sydney Crom takes back over for the Raiders. Holding on to a 4-point lead here in the first set. Sends one to the back row to Josephine Hoopman. To the other Hoopman, Joanna. Big swing, and the Panthers get a point. Now after that hit, Joanna Hoopman will sub out. And coming in for service will be Kira Kleber, the junior. Here's her service to the back row to Crom. Puts one up for Ava Rowley. Elizabeth Niles, block up front for the Panthers. Raiders on the return. Gutchow, big swing to the back row. Panthers, that's Klapperick to Meyer to the back row. Crom with a reception error, and the Panthers are within 2. Service once again for the junior Kleber. Here it is. Sends one to the back row to Crom. Ava Rowley up for Gutchow. A little too strong on it. And the Panthers are within 1. After the timeout, they've really crawled themselves back into this game. Raiders just got to take a breath and play their volleyball. Service from Kleber to Crom. Ava Rowley puts one up for tip shot for Emma Niles. Meyer to Crom. Ava Rowley over on 2. Libero Sabel is there, though, for the return. Here it is. A little too strong from Josephine Hoopman. And the Raiders open things back up. It's a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it looks like Josephine plays all the way around, so she plays back row. And as you saw from the back row attack, she's got a heavy arm, so that's probably why she stays in. And she's got a good passer, too.
17-15 our score here in the opening set. The back row to Sabel. Klapperick up the shoot to Coleman. Big kill for the Panthers. They're back within 1. We talked about in pregame how this record may not show how good this Panthers team is, and here competing in set 1, they're within 1. Meyer, reception error for Meyer Rowley, and we are tied at 17.
Volleyball is much a game of runs, so
Absolutely.
you just got to break it. When there's one good server, you just got to try and break it with a good pass and get on your run then.
And this Panthers run has tied things up at 17. Meyer to Meyer Rowley. Ava Rowley to Gutchow. Can't keep it inside the lines, and the Panthers take back the lead. It's 18-17.
Slide there, the set was just a little too high, so Gutchow couldn't get anything down on it.
Seen that slide quite a few times so far in this match. Raiders trying to put some emphasis on it. Service error from Addison Meyer, the senior, and we're back tied at 18. Emma Niles, now the sophomore for the Raiders. Sends it to the back row to Bree Donner. Here's the roll shot from Josephine Hoopman. Can't get it over the net. Raiders take back their lead. It's 19-18.
Took a little too much off on that one.
You're right. That'll happen.
Yep.
Here's Emma Niles, now service. She can't get it over the net, and we're back tied at 19. A few times where both teams just haven't been able to get it over the net. A few too strong like that one, and a few not too much.
I have to say,
tonight so far.
I don't think we're seeing the cleanest volleyball from either team right now. It's very disjointed.
Still a competitive game.
Yeah, it's competitive, but just a little disjointed.
Both teams just trying to settle in here early.
Yep.
Still the opening set. Now the Raiders have a 1-point lead. It's Gutchow to send one to the back row to Kleber. Puts one up for Josephine Hoopman, and again, she can't get it over the net. And the Raiders are 4 points away from a set 1 victory in the red zone.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to.
All right. I gotta give credit to you. You introduced that term to me. 2-point lead for the Raiders. Gutchow to the back row. Nice dig in the back row for Donner. Here's the big swing from Josephine Hoopman. Gets through the block, and it's 20-21.
I am pretty sure that set brought rain. That was one of the highest sets I have ever seen in volleyball. But when you have a tall hitter like that, she waited perfectly and put it down.
Joanna Hoopman comes back in for the Panthers. Here's service for the Panthers. They can't get it over the net. Service error. And the Raiders have a 2-point lead. 22-20 our score. Panthers going to use their final timeout of the opening set. Raiders still have 2 if they need. Well, opening set, maybe a little jitters. Teams trying to settle in, but no matter. We have a close set number 1. Raiders lead the Panthers 22-20. Miles Detroit, Joy Bridson here. A new spot from Kiel High School. We are directly right below your screen out here on the huddle cam you're watching. Much better view for volleyball, and we're going to try it for basketball too during the winter. We're normally to the far right of your screen in that corner there on the gym tile for volleyball and basketball. So trying something new here for Kiel Raider Radio, and it's been great so far.
Yeah, I like the view. The only thing is I do have a little obstruction from the up ref on the outside hits.
I do too.
But when the Plymouth side right now is clear, so I kind of can't wait till Raiders are over here so I can watch them run their offense.
Absolutely. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, it's better than being on the side where a lot of things
correct. You can see a lot more of the court.
Right, obstructing your view. 2-point lead for the Raiders. The senior Ava Rowley to the backcourt for Plymouth. Too much on it from Josephine Hoopman, and the Raiders are 2 points away from the opening set.
You can tell the junior's struggling just a little bit. She's kind of getting in her head now.
Ava Rowley once again from the near side of the back row to the libero. Sobel reception error for her, and it's set point for the Raiders. Ava Rowley trying to finish off set number one here from the near side. Puts one up for Grace Sember. Sember, a tip shot through the wall on the Panthers. It was tipped off the Raiders, went out of bounds, so officials do confirm it is a Plymouth point. 24-21 our score. We were ready for it. I think there was just confusion by the officials, but
yeah,
they eventually do get it right. Maya Rowley, Ava Rowley, backwards pass to McDowell. Nice placement for the senior, and that is how set number one ends here from Kiel High School. After one, it's Plymouth 21, Kiel 25. We'll step aside, take a break. You're listening to Girls Volleyball here on Kiel Raider Radio.
At Drexel Building Supply, our mission is to supply happiness. And with that, we are committed to finding the best team members, supporting the local builder, and maximizing profits to do Jesus' work here on earth. From lumber and trusses to cabinets and doors, let us be organized on your behalf for your next project. Visit us at 274 Cemetery Road in Kiel, or give us a call at 866-328-2583.
Are you looking for someone to build you, your new house, or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Jobs big or small, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs.
Looking for a bank that knows your name and your story? At Collins State Bank in Kiel, we're more than just numbers and accounts. We're neighbors, friends, and financial partners. For over 100 years, we've been helping our neighbors buy homes, grow businesses, and plan for the future. With personal service you just won't find at the big banks, at Collins State Bank, we're right here with you every step of the way. Collins State Bank, rooted in our community, invested in you. Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. Burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, wrap and fries on Thursdays. Get yourself a steak sandwich and fries, or a perch basket with potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. Then finish your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57.
At On Point Financial Group, we offer a straightforward, holistic approach to building financial strategies focused on you, your schedule, your circumstance, and your objectives. Whether you are preparing for a milestone life event like retirement, sale of a business, or simply looking for financial protection for the future, On Point Financial Group promises to offer you a new level of attention, insight, and guidance.
Is there a place for a little empathy in this world? We think so. Welcome to healthcare that's all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
Welcome back to Kiel High School. We get you set for set number 2. The Raiders took the first set by a score of 25-21. Little sloppy volleyball for both teams, but the Raiders able to sneak out with a opening set win, and now they will hope to do the same in set number 2.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that both teams shook off those nerves, if that's what it was, and now they're just going to play their volleyball, because I can see they're very evenly matched. Plymouth does have a little bit of a bigger front line, but it would be kind of cool to see a little more competitive, less back-and-forth error match.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. We saw a few errors from, I'd say mostly Plymouth over the Raiders. Obviously, they losing set number 1 by 4. Just a few service errors, not able to get a little too weak on their roll shots, not getting it over the net and whatnot. But hopefully they look to clean things up here in set number 2.
And just by the looks of it, it looks like Plymouth's bringing out some newer girls. I don't see either one of the Hoopman girls out there. Looks like number 8, Layla Sherman's getting out there.
Yep, Brenna Goodman, another face we didn't see in set 1. Very interesting.
Which in a non-conference game, you do want to try a couple different lineups. So
absolutely.
I mean, they kept
in the
it
end,
close.
it doesn't. Right.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't truly matter, but still, you want to win. You want to win the match, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But here you can test out different pieces of your team and whatnot. So here's Klapperick to start set number 2. Averoli to Madison McDowell, a little too strong, and set number 2 opening point goes to the Panthers. Service once again from the sophomore Klapperick. Sends one to the back row, a little too strong. Raiders even things up off a service there from the Panthers. (1-1) our score. The senior Ava Roldy now takes over on the far side of your screen. Sends one to the libero, Sobel, the junior. Here on the return, it's Goodman. Ava Roldy up to Brockway. Tip shot from the junior. Big swing on the far side from Sember. Can't keep it in the lines. And the Raiders have their first lead of set 2.
And that was kind of the opposite of what happened on that one quick. That timing was off. You could tell she just had to hit it lightly over, unlike the last one when she put it down in front of the 10-foot line.
Averoli service once again. A little too strong. Service error for the Raiders. It's back tied at 2. Few already of we've seen service error from each team to start set number 2 here. They'll look to settle in early. Service from Goodman. Dig from Meyer Rothy. Can't keep it in the lines, and the Panthers take back their lead. It's 3-2. Service once again from the sophomore Goodman from the near side to Meyer Rothy. Ava Rothy to Elizabeth Niles. Tip shot, and a nice tip shot from the senior, and we're back tied 3-3.
She did a great job of staying out of the net, too, on that one. She tiptoed across the center line, trying not to touch the net.
All her momentum shifting that way. That's tough. That's not easy. Now the sophomore libero, Meyer Rowley, for service. Sends one to the back court. Panthers, big swing from Sember, blocked from the Raiders. Panthers on the return. Meyer, far side, keeps it inside. Raiders can't get a touch on it, and it's 4-3 Plymouth. Service now from Keena Brunging, the junior. We saw for service a little bit in set number 2, and that's a service error for her. 2 of these Raiders points here in the set 2 have been Plymouth service errors, and we're tied at 4. He'll take the free points, but Raiders kind of hoping to get their own points in their own ways here as we move closer later on in the set 2. Crom to the back row to Meyer. Here's Sherman getting some time. Meyer to the back row. Ava Rowley puts one up for Gutchow. Beautiful placement from the senior. Raiders break the tie. It's 4-5. Sydney Crom, now the senior for the Raiders. Sends it to the back court. Meyer Meyer came too much in on it, wasn't able to get the proper swing, and the Raiders have a 4-6 set 2 lead. Did you see the same thing, or what did you see?
I think she kind of realized she might be a back row player. I'm waiting to see. Oh, no, she is front row. Because I thought halfway through she realized she was still back row and stopped jumping. So
big block from the Raiders, and they have their largest lead of set 2. It's 4-7. Oh. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you did see that on your screen. Someone almost just tripped there. Bottom right. Service error from Crom, 5-7, our score here in set 2.
So far, not the match I was expecting.
Right.
I kind of thought, but Plymouth did change their lineup, so it's going to be a regrouping
Just
factor for them right here.
Yes. Your service now for the Panthers. It's Kleber, the junior. That is a tough task to do in that back row. You wait until you hear an out from your teammates, your coach, and eventually Crom does that, and that's how they get their 8th point of set 2. Now service from the senior, Elizabeth Niles, far side, sends it to Olivia Sobel. Klapperick to Meyer. Tip from Gutchow and Rothy, and the Panthers get a point at 6-8. Panthers will take back service duties. It'll be Bree Donner, the senior, here on the near side. Sends it to the back row to the senior Crom. Averoli up the shoot to Gutchow, a little too strong, and the Panthers are within 1. Service once again from Donner in the near side. Crom with the dig. Averoli back to the back row to Elizabeth Niles. Klapperick. Tip shot from Goodman. Ends up getting the point. We're tied 8-8.
Kiel has not been able to pick that up yet. It just seems the donut is wide open tonight for them to go to.
Service once again from Donner. Maya Rothy to her sister Ava. Emma Niles, block up front for the Panthers. Raiders on the return. Emma Niles once again. Tip shot to get it over this time. Clary Klapperick over on 2. Raiders on the return. Emma Niles, another block from the Panthers. Averoli. Panthers on the return. The roll shot from Goodman. Averoli up the shoot to Gutchow. Another block from the Panthers. 3 this point. Klapperick. Raiders get the points.
Klapperick tried the shoot set on that, is where it's really low and across the net, and the middle's not hitting out of the middle position, and just the timing wasn't there. But it was a good chance to try it out.
This is super frustrating. Plymouth gets all those blocks up front. Super good effort from up front, and the Raiders just end up getting that point due to error from the Panthers. Here's the senior Wempner sending it to the back row to Kleber. Klapperick. Big shot from the far side from Goodman. Hits off the head of Wempner, and we're tied at 9. I think it caught Wempner just a little bit off guard. It was a big shot and just wasn't in the right position to get her hands up.
Yeah, I think she was coming back off the good serve and then just didn't kind of pick the ball up right away.
Service now from Sadie Coleman. It's Elizabeth Niles. Ava Rowley, backwards pass to Gutchow. She sends it to the back row. Panthers on the return. Kleber to Goodman. Elizabeth Niles. Ava Rowley, cross court to McDowell. Tip shot from McDowell. Panthers. Klapperick. Nice dig from Elizabeth Niles. Maddie McDowell, tip shot to Kleber. Klapperick, nice block up front from Gutchow and McDowell, and the Raiders break the 9-9 tie. It's 10-9 Kiel. Subs for both teams. The libero Sobel will check back in, and the junior for the Raiders, Brockway, subs in for the senior Crom. Gutchow now for service. Back row to Kleber. Sobel to Goodman. Reception error for the senior McDowell. We're back tied. This time it's 10-10. Service for the sophomore Klapperick. Sophomore's getting some big minutes here for the Panthers early. McDowell, cross-court swing, keeps it inside the lines, and the Raiders lead it 11-10. One-point lead for the Raiders here in set two. They took the opening set by a score of 25-21. Averoli, here's the return from the Panthers. Up the shoot. That's Grace Sember, and the Panthers tie it back up. It's 11-11.
Plymouth does run a really quick offense. I don't think I've seen one 4-ball to the middle yet. There's always been a shoot set, a 1-ball, or a quick.
Service now from Goodman, the sophomore. Mary Wempner. Averoli puts one up for Elizabeth Niles. Can't get the right swing she wants, and the Panthers lead it 12-11.
It was the right idea. She tried the cut shot. She just dropped her thumb a little too low on the swing.
Goodman, the sophomore here from the near side. Steps into your screen. Wempner with the dig. Averoli to Elizabeth Niles. Roll shot for her. Panthers on the return. Over is Sember to the back row. Gutschall playing one up for Averoli. Big swing from McDowell. Block up front for the Panthers. Out of bounds. And it's a Panther point. They lead by 2. Panthers itching to tie this game up, get set number 2 here, and send it to the third. Service from Goodman. Elizabeth Niles keeps it up. Elizabeth Niles, roll shot to Meyer. Block up front from Brockway, not enough, and the Panthers lead by 3. It's 14-11. There, Brockway just not she wasn't too close to the net. She was a little far away, so wasn't able to get the block.
Yeah, and I think Plymouth hands were a little farther over the net, but wasn't necessarily called, but it was one of those judgment calls.
McDowell here with the swing to the back row. Panthers cross court to Meyer. No tip from the Raiders. She can't keep it in bounds. It's 14-12. Was waiting for the signal to see if it was maybe tipped up front by Kiel, but it was not. Meyer off her tip shot, cannot keep it in bounds, and the Raiders are within 2. Meyer Rowley to Sobel, the other libero. Klaprick, big swing. That's a beautiful placement. That was, I believe, Sherman on the swing. And it was now 15-12 Panthers.
Bruggen coming in hopefully as a serving specialist. She can get this one over. I know there's been a couple that have gone in the net, but
she had one earlier in set number 2 where she had a service error. Hopes not to do it here. She does get it over the net. Gutschall, Averoli over on 2. Beautiful dig from Bruggen, but the Panthers in the end can't get it over. It's 15-13.
And especially when you only come in as a serving specialist, basically it's your one job to get that serve over and in. So she did it that time, so that's good.
And she got a dig too while she was at it.
Correct.
Senior Crom now. Raiders trail by 2. Trying to get back into this set number 2. Goodman. Panthers get it over. Raiders on the return. Emma Niles. Cross-court swing to the libero Sobel. Panthers can't get a hand on it under the net, and the Raiders are within 1.
Little miscommunication between number 6 Coleman and the setter on that one.
Service from the senior Crom once again. Meyer keeps it in front of her. Back to Meyer. A little reset shot for the Panthers. Gutschall, big swing. Goodman can't get a hand on it, and we are tied 15-15. Panthers are going to use their 3rd timeout of the match, their first of set number 2, and they'll have 1 remaining if they need it. Our Raider broadcasts are proudly supported by Craig Benversi, your Dairyland seed dealer. Now with Alforix Alfalfa and lacrosse seed. KB Seeds is your local Dairyland seed dealer with corn, beans, silage, and DLF seed dealer, the top-of-the-line alfalfa. Craig Benversi, 920-207-0830. Contact him for all your corn, soybeans, alfalfa, silage, and grass needs. Feel free to comment on the Facebook. I'll look to give you a shout-out here if I see any. Brandon Muehlbauer watching along. Sue Rowley, Sue Ann Coleman, Jody Klein. Brandon says he's watching to study up for Friday. Oh, that's true. Brandon has a huge volleyball broadcast for Whitewater and River Falls. He gets to announce Grace McDowell. And he's the color commentator for his first time announcing for UWW TV, I believe is what it's called.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. He's worked really hard. He absolutely deserves that. So he says he's studying up, so he's listening to you tonight.
Okay.
Here's the Panthers after their timeout. Meyer Rowley puts one up for Emma Niles, sends one to the libero Sabel. Panthers on the return. Big swing up the chute from Coleman. And the Panthers break the tie at 16-15.
Plus he gets to see Grace McDowell,
right.
Which is, I mean, she is an excellent hitter. I loved watching her hit.
When he told me he was announcing Whitewater versus River Falls, it didn't even click to me that he's announcing Grace McDowell. I was like, oh, yeah, when he told me. Meyer Rowley, Elizabeth Niles, nice job keeping it in bounds. A little shot from Crom, can't get it over the net. Panthers have a 2-point lead. Service for Kleber, the junior for the Panthers. They hold on to a 2-point lead. Nice dig from Crom. Let's see if it pays off. Gutchow. Little shot to the far side to Sabel. Klaprick to Meyer. Beautiful placement inside. Ava Rowley gets it over. Little too strong on it. Can't keep it in bounds. And the Panthers have a 3-point lead.
It is a good sign, though, the Badgers. The Raiders seem to be picking up those donut shots a little better this match, so that's good for them.
Brandon's got the ultimate setup at home. He's got the Monday Night Football, Whitewater wrestling. Or no, not wrestling. There's a game on. And he's got this on. So he's listening to three things right now. Emma Niles up the chute. Big swing from the senior Gutchow. And the Raiders are within 2.
And not sure if you saw the up official. He kind of put his arm down, signifying one of the rules of the libero, which is the player in the different colored jersey. They cannot overhand set in front of the 10-foot line and then the next ball be attacked above the height of the net. So the official did kind of keep an eye on that, but he did signal that she was below the height of the net.
Elizabeth Niles, the libero Sabel. Puts one up for Meyer. Little roll shot to the back row. Dig from Crom. Ava Rowley able to get it in time. Emma Niles to the back row. Klaprick over on 2. Elizabeth Niles. Ava Rowley up the chute to Gutchow. Can't keep it in the lines. Too strong. And the Panthers have a 3-point lead. Yeah, there was some. Ava Rowley was. Look, I can't remember who she was discombobulated with, but she was just able to get it, keep the point alive. Big swing from the sophomore Emma Niles, and the Raiders are within 2. It's 19-17. Wempner comes back in for the Raiders along with the senior McDowell. Wempner will get service duties here from the far side. Here she is, sends one to the back row to Kleber. It is over for Goodman. Elizabeth Niles, Ava Rowley puts one up for McDowell. Big swing and a kill for the senior. Raiders back within 1. Back and forth we go in set 2.
And she didn't even really get all of that one, but it still went. You can see her kind of making the wrist motion. She didn't really get all of that one, and she still was able to put it down.
Raiders within 1. The ace for the Raiders were tied at 19. Great job of the Raiders crawling back into this set 2. Plymouth was really starting to pull away. I think their largest lead of the set was 5, possibly. And the Raiders are back tied here at 19, approaching the red zone. Wempner, a little too strong on the service. That'll go down for an error for her. And the Panthers hold a 2019 lead.
That's one thing with the Raiders. You'll never see panic. I can look at them and I can't tell if they're up 10 or down 10, which is a great sign of a good coach volleyball team.
Service glazes over the net. McDowell, little reset shot for the Raiders. Klaprick up the chute to Sember, block for the Raiders. Klaprick cross court to Goodman. Little too strong, no touch, and the Raiders tie things up. It's 20-20.
We do have
Never mind, we do have a touch.
The line judge on the Plymouth side did see a touch.
touch for the Raiders. So now Plymouth will get the point, and they hold on to a 2-point lead, 21-19. Coach Kautzer doesn't necessarily agree, but at the end, the officials make the final call. Panthers off service. Crom keeps it in play. McDowell rushing over to send it over. Klapperick up the shoot, little tip shot, beautiful placement for Sember. She's had a few of those so far in this match, and the Panthers have a 3-point lead.
That was a really smart shot by a younger hitter in the front row.
Yeah, the junior Sember showing off her talent here on a Monday night. Elizabeth Niles, Ava Rowley trying to keep it in play. Raiders barely get it over. Klapperick, cross court to Goodman. Block for the Raiders. They can't keep it in bounds. And the Panthers are 2 points away from set 2. Raiders forced to use a timeout. Well, the Raiders really crawled back into the set, but then Panthers starting to pull away here, 2 points away from the set. What do the Raiders have to do coming out of the timeout to get this thing back close?
I think they need to settle down and just get a good pass in system play. Get a good pass right up to Ava so that she can set up one of her outside hitters and put it down instead of kind of settling for those tip shot, roll shots. Just put it down with some authority.
Absolutely. And we've seen the Raiders back-to-back points where just barely getting it over. McDowell had to rush over to get the final hits. Ava Rowley a few times rushing to get the volleyball over the nets. Raiders trail it by 4 here in set 2. Out of the timeout, it'll be Coleman with service from the near side. Sends it to Crom. Over out of bounds. Niles trying to keep it in. Gutchow kept it in. Niles sent it over. Klapperick up the shoot. Big block up front for the Raiders. Panthers on the return. Goodman cross-court swing. McDowell trying to keep it. Wait, nice effort from Crom. Goodman, another hit to the back row. Wempner. Ava Rowley puts one up for McDowell. Tip for the Panthers. Raiders get a big point. It's 23-20.
Now that one she got all of and tooled the block right out of bounds.
Raiders within 3. Now service will go to the Raiders. It's the senior Gutchow. Here it is from the right side of your screen. Kleber, Klapperick, another big swing from the junior Sember for the Panthers. They're 1 point away from set 2.
She's got hops.
She does. She's got a big swing.
I watch every time she goes up and just, like I said, I don't think I've seen one 4-ball in the middle. It's all been quick or shoot sets.
The senior Sherman checking in for the Panthers. They're 1 point away from taking set 2. Gutchow, Ava Rowley sets one up for McDowell. And the Raiders get a point off. What
Net violation.
Net violation.
Net violation number 5. Yep.
I thought it was a net violation on the Raiders at first, but then a net violation on the Panthers. Raiders trying to keep set 2 alive. Tip shot from Sember. Wempner back to Elizabeth Niles. Swing from her. Can't get it over the net. Panthers take set 2, 25-21. Evens things up 1-1. We'll send it to set number 3. You're listening to girls volleyball here on Kiel Raider Radio.
Most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Olick. You can find Todd on the 300 block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders. Go Kiel Raiders. Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
At Parker John's, we do barbecue the right way, from tender pulled pork to slow smoked brisket.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not in the mood for barbecue? Our stone-fired pizzas are baked to perfection. Looking to wet your whistle? We've got great craft beers, signature cocktails, and loaded Bloody Marys. Parker John's is a family-friendly place to have a smoking good time. So whether you're here for all-you-can-eat nights or just a great meal, we're bringing the smoking good flavor 7 days a week. Come on down, we can't wait to have you.
Parker John's.
With over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling pride themselves on providing fast and friendly heating and cooling repair, maintenance, and installation services through Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and Calumet counties. Don't let weather impact your comfort. Call 920-838-5599 to let them come to your temperature rescue. Dynamic Heating and Cooling proudly supports your.
Welcome back to Kiel High School. We're getting set for the start of the third set. After the first, the Raiders took it 25-21, and the same score in set number 2. Instead, the Panthers taking set 2 by a score of 25-21. That is where we are to this point. Getting set for the start of set number 3. Miles Detroit Joy Bridson here from Kiel High School. Monday night non-conference special. Always a great competitive match. The Raiders and the Panthers last year went to 5. The Raiders able to edge out the Panthers. The final set score 15-13. And tonight, looking like the same already. We're already in set 3, and we have a 1-1 tie, Joy.
Yeah, and I was wondering, do you know if Plymouth, did you say they have a game tomorrow night in conference?
Let's see.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, that's okay. I'm interested too. They have West Bend East tomorrow. Yep.
Okay. And
also away.
It just looks like they kind of might be resting
yeah.
some of their starters.
Yes,
so
100%.
And this is a great opportunity for some of those players who don't always get a starting time.
Averoli to start off set number 3. We are underway. Panthers can't keep it in bounds. It'll go as a reception error, and the Raiders take the first point of the match to open a set. It's 1-0. Panthers took the opening point for sets 1 and 2, and now the Raiders take it for set 3. Tip shot for Sember. We saw a bunch of those in set number 2. She led the way for their victory in the previous set. She can't get it there, but the Raiders take a 2-0 lead. Ava Rowley to the back row to Sabel the libero. Plays one up. Here's the roll shot from Sherman. Out of bounds, can't keep it in the lines. Raiders get 3 straight to start the set. Ava Rowley from the near side. Sends it the back row to Meyer. Sember up for Sherman. Gotchow on the return, keeps it in play. Rowley sends it over to the back row. Sabel, Klapperick up the shoot to Sember. Another tip shot for her. Raiders on the return. Maddie McDowell, big swing, sends it to the back row, beautifully placed, and the Raiders have a 4-0 lead.
That was a great topspin hit. She brought that all the way down and rolled it.
Ava Rowley here from the near side with a 4-0 lead for the Raiders. Goodman, Sabel, roll shot for Sherman. Gutchow sends it to the front row to McDowell. Block from the Panthers. They end up getting the point. It's 4-1. Love the student section rivalry. Love to see it. Now is first service in set 3 for the Panthers. And the ace for Goodman, and the Panthers get them their second point of the set. 4-2 lead for the Raiders. Goodman now service from the far side. Sends to the back row to Maya Rowley. Averody up for Elizabeth Niles. Tip shot to Klapperick. From the back row, it's Goodman. Meyer. Block from the Raiders. They're on the return. McDowell, reset shot. Nice dig from Sobel. Meyer, big swing to the back row. Keeps it in bounds. And the Panthers are within one. Raiders open with 4 straight points to start the set, and the Panthers respond with 3 of their own. Try to tie things up. It's Goodman here from the far side. Maya Rowley to her sister Ava, up the shoot. A little too strong for the junior Brockway, and we are tied 4-4 apiece. Four straight points for service for Goodman. Here she is to try to look for 5. Maya Rowley, reception error. Goodman's got her 5th straight point, and the Panthers had their first lead of set 2.
Sophomore's bringing the heat on that one.
Absolutely. She has these 5 pass points. Looking for 6 with a 1-point lead. Maya Rowley over on 1. Big swing from Meyer. Ava Rowley cross court to Elizabeth Niles. Big block up front. That being Sherman. One of them being Sherman. The Panthers have a 2-point lead. Couldn't catch the other blocker. One of them being Sherman, though, the senior.
Grace Sember.
Sember was the other one. Panthers, 6 straight points. Maya Rowley to Ava Rowley. For McDowell, big swing, can't get it over the net. And the Panthers have their largest lead of set 3. It's 7-4. Goodman with her 8th straight service on the way of the set. Ava Rowley, back row to Gutchow. Big swing to the back row. Panthers on the return. Klapperick.
Setter went under.
Center went under for the Panthers, and finally the Raiders stop the Panther run. It's 7-5. 7-0 run for the Panthers, but now the Raiders respond. 7-5 our score. Little too strong service error from Maya Rowley. 8-5 our score.
That's a killer after getting the ball back after a long serving run, missing the serve.
See how the Raiders will respond. Now for the Panthers, it's the junior Brugink. Junior Brugink sends the back row to Gutchow. Ava Rowley to Elizabeth Niles. Big block up front for the Panthers. Coleman and Meyer, they get the point for the Panthers. Service for the junior Brugink. She can't get it over the net. Another service error for the junior. 9-6 our score here in set 3.
I noticed she has a really high toss, and the higher your toss is, the more area for error there is. The lower your toss, you have less chance of error.
Sobel and Sherman will check in for the Panthers. Here's Crom, service for the Raiders. Sends it to the back row to Goodman. Klapperick up for Sherman. Tip from the Raiders, and they can't get it over. Panthers get a point. They're in the double digits. It's 10-6. Another substitution for the Panthers. It'll be Sherman to come right back out. And in for her, it'll be the junior Kleber. Now with service duties with a 10-6 lead. Sends them to the sophomore Maya Rowley. Elizabeth Niles. Block up front. Won't pay off for the Panthers. Raiders get a big point. It's 10-7. Elizabeth Niles, the senior, takes over for the Raiders, trailing by 3 here in set 3. Back row to Goodman. Meyer. Block from the Raiders. They get the point. They're within 2. It's 10-8. Service from the senior Elizabeth Niles, sending it the back row to the libero Sobel. Klaprick over on 2. Elizabeth Niles, Ava Rothe. Big swing from Emma Niles, blocked for the Panthers. Raiders on the return. Ava Rothe up the chute to Gutchow. Klaprick, cross court to Meyer. Little tip shot for her. Emma Niles plays one up. Reset shot for Elizabeth Niles. Klaprick to Meyer. Big swing, and a big swing indeed. Too strong on it, and the Raiders are within a point. (10-9) our score here in set 3. Elizabeth Niles to the Panthers. Block for the Raiders. Emma Niles over for Kiel. It's Plymouth on the return. Raiders get a point. Panthers not able to get it over.
Plymouth is trying to convince the official that Kiel was over the top of the net, but it looked like the ball was still on Kiel's side.
Dig from Goodman. Miscommunication from the Panthers, and the Raiders have an 11-10 lead. Plymouth forced to use a timeout. With over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling prides themselves on providing fast and friendly heating and cooling repair, maintenance, and installation services to Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and Calumet counties. Don't let weather impact your comfort. Call 920-838-5599 to let them come to your temperature rescue. Dynamic Heating and Cooling, proud supporter of Raider Athletics. A back and forth set number 3 here from Kiel High School. Raiders got 4 straight to start the set. Then the Panthers responded with 7 straight of their own. And now back and forth, where it's 10-11, our score, the Raiders leading by 1.
As you're seeing, volleyball is definitely a game of momentum, and when the momentum's on your side, it just fires up the entire team. And Plymouth struggled a little. He got some drop balls in between 2 players, so it's back to a tighter match.
Service from Elizabeth Niles, sends it to the back row to Sobel. Klaprick plays one up for Meyer. Big block for the Raiders. Panthers on the return. They can't get it over, and the Raiders have a 2-point lead. Raiders got to hold this lead now. The momentum comes back to them, holding on to a big 2-point lead here in set 3, where it's really felt like all of Plymouth. Elizabeth Niles, the one who started this run for the Raiders. Meyer. Oh, Elizabeth Niles. Ava Rowley cross-court shot to Emma Niles. Sobel puts one up. Reset shot for Meyer. Ava Rowley to Gutchow. Big swing, block up front for the Panthers. Won't pay off. And the Raiders take a 3-point lead here in set 3. (13-10) our score. Winner of this set takes the lead. Elizabeth Niles, Ava Rowley over on 2, beautifully placed, and the Raiders have a 4-point lead.
I was going to mention we haven't seen much going over on 2 for Ava, so that was a perfect time to pull it out.
I've seen about once before that in this match. Raiders match their largest lead of the set. Elizabeth Niles, Panthers on the return. Klaprick, Ava Rowley up for Emma Niles. Big swing, nice dig from Sobel. Klaprick to Meyer, tip shot from her. Ava Rowley up to Gutchow. Big swing, can't keep it in bounds. And the Panthers finally get a point. It's 11-14. Service now for the Panthers. And it's Bree Donner. Raiders on the return. Sydney Crom can't get it over the net. And it's 12-14. Raiders still hold the lead. Service once again from the senior Donner. Trailing by 2. Elizabeth Niles puts one up for Ava Rowley. The slide set for the Raiders. And it was inbounds. Raiders get the point. They hold on to a 3-point lead. Things getting intense here in set 3. 12-15 our score. The senior Wempner. Back row to Kleber. Goodman, big swing. Beautiful dig from Elizabeth Niles. Gutschau just can't get it over the net. 13-15 our score.
That was just a tough mental error on that one.
Yeah, the great dig from Elizabeth Niles. Gutschau just can't get the point for the Raiders, and we're within 2. Averoli cross-court pass to McDowell. Big swing to the middle, and the Raiders are up 3.
That was a great cut shot.
A routine play that this Raiders team just needed. Big 3-point lead now. Momentum kind of back into their hands. The senior Gutschau now with a 3-point lead for the Raiders. Sends it to the libero Sabel. Klaprick. Backwards pass for that's Sember. Her efforts get the point for the Panthers. 14-16.
Plymouth's connection's a little shaky this match, but they're still getting it over. You can tell there's not that power of force hit down, but they're still getting it over.
Yeah, Sember was that force in set 2, and she's been a little more quieter in this set 3, for sure. Klaprick, backwards pass to Sherman, gets through the Raider wall, and it's 15-16.
That's one thing with the type of offense Plymouth runs. It's very quick, and when it's on and timed right, it looks amazing. But when there's just that little bit of timing issue.
Reception error for Wempner, and we are tied at 16. Far side service for Plymouth. Averoli puts one up in the middle for Gutschau from the back row. The block from the Panthers, that being Sember and Goodman, and they take back their lead they had earlier. It's 17-16.
You can tell Plymouth used to be in the conference. There's still a lot of little bit of rivalry here.
Rivalry, yes. Nice hustle from Elizabeth Niles. Panthers on the return. Big swing from Goodman. Gutschau putting one in the air. McDowell. Tip shot. A violation on the Panthers. Point will go to the Raiders. We're tied at 17. Averoli now. Service with a tied 17-17 game. Beautiful service and placement for her. And they take back the lead. It's 18-17.
You can tell Plymouth being a younger team, they let those little errors go into the next play, which is what you can't do. You got to shake it off and let it stay in the last play.
Nice reception error for her. Speak of the devil. That's Goodman on the reception error. Raiders take a 2-point lead. Panthers will use their final timeout of the set. 17-19 our score. It's been back and forth. Set number 3, definitely the most competitive set we've had here in this match so far, and the Raiders hold on to a 2-point lead, looking to finish it off. Feel free to tune into the Facebook during these timeouts, our breaks. I'll try to get to you here. $13 viewers on the Facebook. A 17-19 set 3 score. Panthers working back to tie this thing. Raiders trying to pull away and get the 2-1 lead entering the 4th set.
There's a lot of tension in this gym. Can you feel? I can feel it up here for a non-conference match.
Right.
There seems to be a lot of tension.
Yeah. Just got to play their game. Both teams got to play their game. Raiders on the return after the timeout. It's McDowell. Big swing, but a bigger block for the Panthers. Tip off the Raiders, and the Panthers end up getting the point. It's 18-19. Again, miscommunication for the Raiders. Wempner was just in on the mix there, and it looked like Rothy and McDowell had it covered. Gutchow puts one up for Ava Rothy. Brockway, a little tip shot to Klapperick. Big swing from Sherman, and the Panthers get the point. We're tied 19-19. Goodman now with service. Gutchow with a nice dig. McDowell can't get it over the net. Panthers break the 19-19 tie. It's 20-19. Service once again from Brenna Goodman, the sophomore, from the far side. Sends one to the back row, a little too strong on it. And the Raiders will take a service error off the Panthers. We're tied at 20-20. Sophomore Meyeroli from the far side. Nice dig for the Panthers in the back row. Here's Meyer. Nice dig from Meyeroli. Ava Rothy up the shoot for Gutchow. A tip on it, and the Raiders are going to get the points.
Those are pretty obvious when the ball changes direction. So
Right.
Good thing everyone
The spin
saw
on
that.
the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. Raiders a much-needed point there. They break the 20-20 tie. Service error for the Raiders. We're back tied, this time 21. (21-21). Both teams 4 points away from set 3. Raiders keep it alive. Emma Niles, nice job keeping it in bounds. Raiders cannot get to it, and the Panthers break the tie. It's 22-21. One-point lead for Plymouth. 3 points away for them for a set 3 victory. Service for the junior Brugging. She's had a few service errors. This one she gets over. Ava Rothy to Elizabeth Niles. Tip from the Panthers. They get it over. Tip shot for the Raiders. Panthers on the return. Ava Rothy now. Maya Rothy. It's a little bad pass for Maya Rothy. And the Panthers are 2 points away. Brugging now service. That goes as another error for the Panthers. What do you call that again, where they set up incorrectly?
They're out of rotation.
Out of rotation.
Also, you can't move. It's kind of like the line of scrimmage in football where you can't cross it
Like a
before
false start, yeah.
before the snap. So you have
That
to
I'm
wait till the
familiar
ball's
with.
contacted, and then you can move.
Gotcha, yep. Senior Crom now. Raiders are within 1. Sends it to Sobel. Klapperick to Sherman. Raiders on the return. Ava Rothy to Elizabeth Niles. Tip shot for Sember. Addison Meyer. Meyer Rothy now for the Raiders. Emma Niles. Bad hit for the sophomore. And it is set points.
Those are hard because it's coming high and over your shoulder to kind of pick up the ball in time to get a good hit on it.
Set point here in set 3. Panthers are 1 point away. Crom puts one up. Ava Rothy. Gutchow, big swing, keeps it in bounds. Much needed point for the Raiders. They're within 1.
That was a perfect line shot. Nobody's been covering line all night for Plymouth. So that was a great time to bring that out.
Senior experience from Gutschau, and the line shot gets the Raiders within one, 24-23. Sobel just barely getting it up. Addison Meyer can't get it over, and we're tied 24-24.
I have to say, Liz Niles got a gift on that one because that one looked like it was sailing long, and she even had to jump. So that one looked like it might have been out.
24-24. Intense set three here from Kiel High School. Klaprick, Addison Meyer, big block from the Raiders. Over on two is Klaprick. Elizabeth Niles from the back row plays one to the other back row. Klaprick up the shoot for Sember, big swing, and the Panthers break the 24-24 tie.
And in volleyball, you got to win by two, so
right. Yep.
That's why we're still playing on.
Yep. Not done yet. This could go for 30 for all I care. Great set we have. Elizabeth Niles, Ava Rode to Gutschau with a big swing herself, responding. We're back tied. It's 25-25.
It's funny you bring that up. I was watching the Wisconsin-Florida Gator game on Sunday, and I think the final score was 36-34.
Wow.
It was just such an intense match.
Absolutely. Yeah, college has got to be great to watch. Here's Wempner now, 25-25 tie. She sends it to the back row to Kleber. Here's Goodman to the back row to Wempner. Elizabeth Niles, cross-court pass. McDowell, little tip shot. Panthers on the return. Tip shot for them. Elizabeth Niles. Madison McDowell to the back row. Panthers, Klaprick to Sember. Raiders on the return. Maddie McDowell, cross-court shot. Klaprick coming in, block for the Raiders. Wentner tries to keep it up, and the Panthers break the 25-25 tie.
There's a lot of tentative hits on the Raiders side. I don't know if they're doubting themselves or just lacking a little confidence now, but you need to put one down.
Service for the Panthers. Ava Rowley. Cross-court pass to McDowell. Beautiful tip shot. Over on two, Klaprick. Great save from Crom. Big swing for Sember. And the Panthers take the third set. We're on to set four, our final here from set three. The Panthers 27, the Raiders 25. We'll step aside, take a break. You're listening to High School Girls Volleyball on Kiel Raider Radio.
House-made craft beers and cocktails in our newly renovated tap room, brew house, and event hall. With over 14 craft beers and cocktails now on tap, Yard 65 Brewery is a family-friendly venue that is perfect for afternoons on the patio, evenings out, or as an event space for weddings, meetings, and celebrations of all sizes. Stop in to experience the historical charm of the Yard 65 Brewery in downtown Kiel. Follow us on Facebook for updates on current beer offerings and specials. Yard 65 Brewery in Kiel.
Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom, switching to hardwood, or are you installing carpet? Signature Flooring & More has you covered. Their showroom is for everyone from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring & More, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Signature Flooring has you covered from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs. Stop in at Mike's Kiel Lounge, the coolest bar in town with a bird's eye view of the river. Open every day at noon except Tuesdays at 1:30. Stop in for some great food and drinks and check out our daily specials. On Monday, enjoy half-price appetizers. On Tuesday, cheeseburgers and fries. Wednesday, indulge on chili cheese fries. On Thursdays, brat patties and poppers. And on Fridays, enjoy mini tacos and chicken wings. Right next to the post office in Kiel, visit Mike's Kiel Lounge. Are you looking for someone to build you, your new house, or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Jobs big or small, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs.
At Drexel Building Supply, our mission is to supply happiness. And with that, we are committed to finding the best team members supporting the local builder and maximizing profits to do Jesus' work here on earth. From lumber and trusses to cabinets and doors, let us be organized on your behalf for your next project. Visit us at 274 Cemetery Road in Kiel or give us a call at 866-328-2727. 2583.
We'll welcome you back to Kiel High School. We're getting set for the start of set number 4 here in a Monday night non-conference special. It's the Panthers and the Raiders. To recap you in set 1, it was the Raiders taking it 25-21. The same score in set 2, except the Panthers taking that. And a competitive set number 3 going to 27 points for the Panthers, 25 for the Raiders, and they hold on to a 2-1 lead entering the 4th. Joy, very competitive game for a non-conference game to start the week for both these squads. They have a big week ahead of themselves. Can't ask for a lot more.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a great matchup. You can tell they used to be in the same conference. A lot of rivalry between both of their schools, but I think if Kiel can play their game, they could take this one and then at least bring into a 5th set.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, our last broadcast against Brilliant, this is where the conditioning will play a huge part for both teams. You know, who's going to be able to finish it off strong. That last set going to 27 points. You know, so just before you get a break here, it's crucial that you're conditioned and try to fight out to get a big set win.
Yeah, and I do like Plymouth's strategy right here. If their normal starting rotation is with the Hoopman sisters in there, they're getting a lot of rest for their game tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Where Kiel still has all their starters in.
Maddie McDowell, big swing and a big start for the Raiders. They take the opening point for set number 4. One nothing lead for the Raiders. It's Ava Rowley to serve it. Claperick, cross-court pass to Semba. She sends it to Gutchow. Reception error for her. And the Panthers tied up. It's 1-1. Service from the Panthers. Gutchow. Maddie McDowell, little tip shot to the libero, Sabel. Raiders, little miscommunication from McDowell and Maya Rowley. And the Panthers take their first lead of set 4. Service now for Goodman. The Raiders thought it was going out, and the Panthers have a 3-1 lead. Few mistakes open up the set for the Raiders. Really just got to settle in and just play their game. We continue to talk about it time in and time out, but just have to play their game. Maddie Gutchow. Raiders able to get it over. Claperick up the shoot. Big swing from Sember. Calls it in, and the Panthers have a 4-1 lead.
Definitely not seeing any drop-off from how Plymouth played last year with all the seniors to this year. I mean, If anything, they've gotten quicker.
Yeah. I mean, their record does not show how great of a team they are and how great they're playing tonight. A shot up front from Meyer, and the Panthers have their largest lead of set 4. It's 5-1. Five straight for Plymouth. Looking for 6 here, and it starts with Goodman. Gutchow. Ava Rowley up to Elizabeth Niles. Block from the Panthers. Can't keep it in bounds, so the Raiders get a point. It's 5-2. Service takes over now for the sophomore Maya Rowley. Sends in the back row to the other libero, Sabel. Plays one up for Sherman. Can't keep it within the Candy Canes, and its point goes to the Raiders. It's 5-3. Service from the sophomore libero Rowley. Claperick puts one up for Sherman. Gets through the block for the Raiders. Ava Rowley on the return. Elizabeth Niles. Claperick, big swing from Meyer. Better dig from Maya Rowley. From the back row, it's Gutchow.
Nice.
Beautifully placed, and a kill for the senior. It's 5-4.
That was a nice corner shot.
We've seen even on that point, just a little miscommunication from the Raiders, still able to get the point, but something they'll definitely have to clean up if they want to win this match here tonight. It's Sherman, nice block for the Raiders up front. Klaprick on the return, cross-court pass to Meyer. She can't get it over the net, and the Raiders tied up. It's 5-5. Five score here in the fourth set of action. Meyer rolling now to serve. Now to the far side to Meyer. Klaprick. Sember sends it over. Brockway. Averoli. It's Elizabeth Niles to the back row. Beautifully placed for the senior. And the Raiders take back their lead they had earlier, which was 1-0.
Passing still just a little shaky for the Raiders, even on that free ball.
Maioroli to the back court for the Panthers. Klaprick up for Sherman. Big swing. Beautifully placed in the back row. Panthers tie it back up 6-6. Now it'll be the junior Brugink with service duties. Tie match at 6-6. Averoli behind her, Elizabeth Niles, big swing. Panthers able to return it back. Reception error for Maioroli, and our score is 7-6.
Panthers just seem scrappier than the Raiders tonight. They're just picking everything up, not letting anything drop.
Service from Brugging sends it to the sophomore Emma Niles. Emma Niles once again, big block up front for Coleman and Sherman, and the Panthers have a 2-point lead. Service back to Brugging once again. Panthers with a 2-point lead. Service up the shoot for her. Gutchow from the back row. Ava Rodi reads it to Elizabeth Niles. She keeps it in play, can't keep it in play and out of bounds. And our score is 8-9-6. Service now for Brugging once again. Holding on to a 3-point lead. She sends it to the back row. Emma Niles. Ava Rowley back to Emma Niles. Panthers on the return. It's Sherman. Block up front for the Raiders. They can't keep it in bounds. And the Panthers are in double digits. Brugging now service once again. To the back row to Gutchow. Averoli over on 2, but a nice dig from Brugging. Sends it over as Meyer. Gutchow to Averoli. Emma Niles, little tip shot. Panthers trying to keep it in play. They will not. And the Raiders get a much-needed point. It's 10-7.
Still taking some tentative swings instead of just going all out.
Why do you think that is?
I think they're kind of in their heads right now, just not wanting to make that big error and get the other team fired up with the ball out of bounds.
Right. Klaprick. Meyer gets it over for the Panthers. Meyer early to Elizabeth Niles. To the back row to Goodman. Meyer. Block up front for the Raiders. They can't keep it in bounds. And it's 11-7 Plymouth. Plymouth going to do a little subbing. It's going to be Kleber to check in for the Panthers for service. Service for the junior on the way. They hold on to a 4-point lead. Ava Rodi to Elizabeth Niles. Panthers on the return. Klaprick up the shoot to Coleman. Raiders not able to return it. 12-7 Plymouth. Kleber now for service once again for the Panthers. Crom Raiders just getting it over, but big hit up front for the Panthers. That's the junior Coleman. Raiders forced to use a timeout, trailing by 6. The key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300 block of Fremont Street in Kiel. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders. One intense third set, an intense fourth set here. Mostly just for the Raiders. You know, we've seen plenty of mistakes for this Kiel team, and really, like you said, this Plymouth team isn't playing to their best sister duo of Josephine Hoopman and Joanna Hoopman, who we only saw in that first set. Now getting the rest for the big week ahead, and Panthers are just right there matching the Raiders for every move they make.
You can tell they probably had a very competitive beginning of the season, and that some teams do that. They don't go for a great record in the opening. They want to go for that stiff competition, someone who's going to challenge them. And I mean, their second string right now is looking pretty good against Kiel's first string.
My boys' soccer team had a very tough beginning of our schedule as well. Sydney Crom, Emma Niles, Maddie Gutschall after the timeout. Panthers looking to get it back over. It'll be Sobel to send it to the back row. Maya Rowley to her sister Ava. Up the shoot for Gutschall. A little too strong. No tip from the Panthers. And they hold on to a 14-7 lead, their largest of the fourth set.
It's a good sign, though. She did take a hard swing. She wasn't trying to do roll, shot, or tip. So they just need to keep with playing their game.
Just can't find it within the lines right now. And once they do, they can hopefully go on a little run. Gutschall, another big swing and a little too strong. It's 15-7. Service for the junior Kleber. Now coming on to your screen. Ava Rowley back to Elizabeth Niles. Tip shot. Sobel on the return. Klaprick to Meyer. Big block up front for the Raiders. Panthers looking to return it, and they do. Crom the senior. Ava Rowley to Elizabeth Niles. Another big swing. Panthers barely get it over, and the block up front pays off. Panthers get a big point. It's 16-7.
They are not letting anything drop. The entire team is following every ball, and their momentum is all on their side right now.
Absolutely. Largest lead for the Panthers. It's 9 here in set 4. Service from Kleber once again stays in. Raiders thought it was going out, and it's a double-digit 10-point lead for Plymouth. (17-7) lead here for Plymouth. Kleber with service. This time it goes out. Service error for her, and the Raiders get a much-needed point. They're back within single digits. Service for the senior Elizabeth Niles. Sends it to the back row to Sobel. Klaprick puts one up for Meyer. Elizabeth Niles got a hand on it. It was going to the back row. No one able to get it off Niles' hit. And it's 18-8. Service will take over now for Breed Donner here on the near side. Sends it the back row to Elizabeth Niles. Ava Rowley to Gutschall on the slide. And something finally going the Raiders' way. It's 18-9. Panthers still up front by 9. Now the senior Wempner is going to take over for service duties. They trail by 9. Hit the ground before the dig for the Panthers, and the Raiders are in double digits. It's 18-10.
That was a beautiful drop, sir.
Raiders trying to crawl themselves back into this set. They trail by 8. And it'll start with the senior Wempner. Just glazes over the net. And the Raiders are within 7. 18-11 our score. 2-1 in sets. The Panthers looking for this set here in the fourth set. Service error from Wempner. Point goes to the Panthers. Service for the Panthers. It's Coleman. Raiders on the return. They can't keep it in bounds. And the Panthers are in the red zone, 5 points away. Service to the back row to Elizabeth Niles. Ava Rowley. McDowell. Panthers on the return. Klaprick puts one up for Goodman. Reception error for Elizabeth Niles. And it is 21-11 Plymouth Panthers. Service for the junior Coleman here on the near side. Elizabeth Niles, Ava Rowley up for Maddie McDowell. Panthers cannot keep it in bounds, and the Raiders get a much-needed point. They're back within a single digits.
Great spot.
Panthers are 4 points away from winning this match. Gutchow from the far side. A little too strong on it. Service error for her. And the Panthers are 3 points away, back to a double-digit lead. Raiders still do have a timeout if they need in their back pocket. Elizabeth Niles. McDowell playing one to the Panthers. Klaprick, cross-court pass and a big kill for Goodman. 23-12 our score. Gardner is going to check in for Gutchow. She will take over in the back row. Panthers 2 points away. Gardner gets it over on one. Panthers on the return off their serve. Goodman plays one back to Gardner. Ava Rowley up to the back row for Elizabeth Niles. Dig from the Panthers. Klaprick. December. Big block for the Raiders, but they can't keep it in bounds. And it is match point. Panthers 1 point away from taking this Monday night match.
Kind of speechless. I don't think I've seen the Raiders
ever
play like this.
Yeah, it's not a lot of things going their way, and they'll take that. Service error for the Panthers. A little too strong. 24-13. As I was saying, just a lot of mistakes tonight and just
lethargic.
Yeah. Really, and without Panthers, they're two of their really good players. Plymouth really putting on a show here tonight. Ava Rowley to Elizabeth Niles. Trying to keep this game within reason. Raiders get a point. It's 24-14.
It seems like the Plymouth quick offense is just really has the Raiders kind of stymied.
Throwing them off,
They're just not, I don't know if they haven't seen it a ton yet this season, but.
Right. Service for Rowley. Sobel keeps it in play. Klaprick to Sherman. Ava Rowley to McDowell, the block for the Panthers, and that is going to do it. 25-14, our set 4 final, and the Panthers take it 3-1. Your final, the Panthers 3, the Raiders 1. We'll step aside, take a break, and bring you the post-game show. You're listening to Girls Volleyball on Kiel Raider Radio.
Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. Burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, wrap and fries on Thursdays. Get yourself a steak sandwich and fries or a perch basket with potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. Then finish your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57. Looking for a bank that knows your name and your story? At Collins State Bank in Kiel, we're more than just numbers and accounts. We're neighbors, friends, and financial partners. For over 100 years, we've been helping our neighbors buy homes, grow businesses, and plan for the future. With personal service you just won't find at the big banks, at Collins State Bank, we're right here with you every step of the way. Collins State Bank, rooted in our community, invested in you.
Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom, switching to hardwood, or are you installing carpet? Signature Flooring & More has you covered. Their showroom is for everyone from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring & More, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Signature Flooring has you covered from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs. Stop in at Mike's Kiel Lounge, the coolest bar in town with a bird's eye view of the river. Open every day at noon except Tuesdays at 1:30. Stop in for some great food and drinks and check out our daily specials. On Monday, enjoy half-price appetizers. On Tuesday, cheeseburgers and fries. Wednesday, indulge on chili cheese fries. On Thursdays, brat patties and poppers. And on Fridays, enjoy mini tacos and chicken wings. Right next to the post office in Kiel, visit Mike's Kiel Lounge.
Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com.
All right, we're on one. Today's Kiel Raider volleyball match is proudly supported by Drexel Building Supply, Craig Benversier, Dairyland Seed Dealer, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Collins State Bank, On Point Financial Group, Albright Again LLC, Kiel Lounge, Yard 65 Brewing Events, Parker John's Barbecue and Pizza, Amplify Health by Bell and Titletown, Signature Flooring & More, Kiel Booster Club, the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill, Todd Oleg and New York Life, Premier Financial Credit Union, and by members of the NEW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. Your final here on a Monday night from Kiel High School, the Panthers 3, the Raiders 1. You look at the set breakdown. The Raiders open things up with a 25-21 victory. Then the Panthers responding with their own 25-21 victory to even things up. And then winning set 3 in a close competitive set, 27-25. And really the Panthers just putting a statement there on the final set. Set number 4, winning 25-14, your final. Well, Joy, to be honest, I was a little caught off guard just how great this Plymouth team was tonight. They didn't play two of their really best players tonight, and still they were just all over the ball, all over the court, and they were on their game tonight. And just a great win for them tonight. And yeah, for the Raiders, they look to move past this game. They got two big games this week and then a big tournament this weekend. So thoughts overall on Plymouth's performance to start?
Plymouth was outstanding tonight. Their offense clicked, even on their balls where they were quick set and the timing was a little off. They were still able to put it over. Their block was huge in the front row. It's going to be exciting to see how they progress in their new conference with the tougher teams, but they definitely were the more fired up team tonight. They had better pass coverage. They had better defense, and I'm still kind of speechless. I don't think I've seen Kiel play a game like that yet since I've known the girls on the team. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from this tomorrow, playing a conference game against Chilton.
Absolutely. Before entering this game, they were 9-12 and now are 10-12. It really just their record does not show how great of a team they are, and they really put up a statement tonight. Great win for them, and they will move on to a big week just like the Raiders ahead. For them, they take on West Bend East tomorrow and then Kewaskum later on in October. And for the Raiders tonight, just not the match they wanted, not the match that really they thought was going to happen here tonight, but still a great competitive match to start a big week for them. What do they have to do differently closing in later on the week to make sure this really doesn't happen again, these mistakes?
I think serve receive has to be a little tighter, and also defense. They, like I said, the donut in the middle, they kept they were probably 10 or 12 balls throughout the night that just kind of fell into the donut that nobody could get a hand on. So I think serve receive and a little bit of defense, and then just not being so tentative and relaxed on their shots. So you got to still bring it at each and every play instead of just kind of going with the roll or the tip every time.
We've talked about that so much throughout these broadcasts we've done, is the Raiders just having to play freely, relaxed, not so tense like you mentioned. And they're a great team. They have so many returners. They have so much potential for this year, and really their season's just getting started. They have this big week here this week, and then For them, they take on some non-conference this weekend, and then two big conference opponents next week, Falls and Two Rivers. And yeah, but overall tonight, not the final score they wanted, but still a competitive match to really start a big week for them. So for our final here from Kiel High School, the Panthers 3, the Raiders 1. For Miles Detroit, Joey Bridson, this has been a special presentation of high school girls volleyball. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio. Have a great week, Kiel.